rejuvenation, which is natural and spontaneous. Why? Due to these two. So the practice of yoga is only this much. Practice of yoga is only this much, first and second. Your ability to relax on behalf of rhythm. Your ability to relax on behalf of a discipline. Your ability to relax on behalf of discipline leads to these things spontaneously. That means repair is not that you need to take care of. It's going to happen on its own if you're disciplined. So repair leads to rejuvenation, which is quite spontaneous. Rejuvenation means what? A sense of youthfulness. A sense of youthfulness. I still remember those days. I was in car finance, working as a marketing executive. At the age of 25, 26, I used to feel like I'm 50-year-old. I earned well, but it seems like I went on losing everything there. But now I'm approaching 40, and it seems like I'm experiencing exactly the way I was experiencing in 20. So it's not the way my passport talks about me, about my age. It's actually the way I feel from inside. And the feeling of youthfulness, it seems like it's there. So rejuvenation is natural, with the process of healing goes on the higher side due to discipline. Give me the fifth one. Very close. Regeneration and rejuvenation, I would say very close. Regeneration would be the part of this one. Realization, nicely said, but I'm very close to it. That means for sure, I can use realization also here, but I'm looking for a specific one. Reality. Realization is the same thing. Reason, yes, for sure. Very close. Yes, for sure. Reality, realization is the same thing, but very close. You're just moving in the peripheral. I need the word at the center. Yes, recognition, very close. Nobody says Roshan. Reprogramming. Reprogramming. And it takes some time. There's a possibility that I may practice yoga for a few months, for 1 or 2 years on a regular basis, and then I go out of my practice and I go back to my ways of functioning. So there is a possibility that I practice yoga for a few months, I increase the ratio of antioxidants against free radicals, I feel rejuvenated, but then again I go back to my previous habits. And the very first day we were here, I'm practicing yoga for last 10 years, but this gesture is quite common with yoga practitioners. And what is it? On and off. So on and off means what? That means the reprogramming is not being done by me yet. Only once the reprogramming is being done, I don't have the previous habits ruling me anymore. So reprogramming means now I'm functioning on behalf of new softwares. That means I'm not worried about how to wake up 4 a.m. in the morning time. I love waking up 4 a.m. So reprogramming means what? I would say complete transformation of personality. And what is realization? Recognition of the fact that I have the ability to transform myself. What is realization? Anytime we talk about self-realization, we keep it so big in our spiritual books and we can't even talk about it. But I would say realization is only this much. Realization of the potential I have, that I can transform myself anytime if I need to. I have the ability to transform willfully. This much only we're supposed to realize. This much. So this transformation in the modern era is known to us as, so nowadays there is a big term coming up and we call it neuroplasticity. So what is neuroplasticity? Yes. So anytime we say that I'm getting older means that I haven't learned anything new for some time. If you keep on learning new things and if you keep on rewiring your brain, the enthusiasm and the curiosity you're able to maintain, that means the level of eustress you're able to maintain, you're not going to feel old actually. For sure. Here comes the time for the body to go. But you're going to go young actually. Because here comes a time that not only you're going to live your life willfully, but here comes a time that you also choose the moment of death willfully. So yoga is not just art of living, it's art of dying also. Otherwise, what happens to most of us? We live an involuntary life and then at the end of life, we just wait on the bed. And we just wait for the death to happen. And I know some of the people, they stay on the bed for months. They start developing bad soul because it seems like they can't even move their body anymore. They just wait painfully because they have lived an involuntary life and now they're gonna wait for an involuntary death to happen. So is there a possibility for me to live a voluntary life and on top, go voluntarily? So reprogramming. So what is this neuroplasticity? Neuroplasticity, I would say, your ability to adapt a new information. Your ability to adapt yourself in front of a stressor. So because I was talking about the stressors causing stress. So my ability to accommodate the stressors with my ability to adapt. And anytime I'm able to adapt a new stressor, that means what? I have evolved. What is evolution? My ability to move on. But sometimes what happens, the stressor looks much bigger and I can't move forward. I'm crushed under that stressor. That means I have no realization of the fact that stressors are never big than me. I am much, much, much bigger than these stressors.
So is there a possibility that you run through these 5 hours and you keep doing like a cycle, and every time you transform a little bit yourself and then you go to the
Yes, but these are not the problems bothering you anymore. Then you have bigger challenges. So that means you're not stuck with diseases and disorders anymore. You're way beyond. That means you may deal now the quantum mechanics actually.
Yeah, but like it's the same path, different challenges, but the same path.
Yes, again you need to relax in front of a new stressor. But the same path, once you have learned it, you can use it. There is another term coming, and this term is known as epigenetics. So these are the new terms. So neuroplasticity, my ability to rewire my brain, and epigenetics, that means my ability to move forward from my genetics coding coming from my parents. So it seems like after understanding this at its initial stage, a big monkey was over by my shoulder. Because before I used to think, if my parents had diabetes, I'm going to have diabetes. If they had the high blood pressure as one of the symptoms, I'm going to have high blood pressure as one of the symptoms, and it's quite common because this is in my gene. No. If my parents were having the diabetes and I went on having the diabetes, that means I haven't evolved. I haven't evolved. That means my parents for sure went on giving me a few things in the name of this body, but I must use it properly. This is the only machine which gets better with time. There are other machines, they lose their capacity to deal the things around them. But this is the only machine, it gets better with time, if you know how to use it. So if I'm 40-year-old, the experiences of this year must be better than when I was 39. But it seems like at the age of 40, it's worse. I was enjoying when I was 39. Or when I was 38. Or when was it? So these are the 5R. And from here onwards, we're going to talk about how to move and apply these 5Rs in our day-to-day activities as a yoga practice.